Yo there, welcome back to BizCraft. Here we are back. Look at this wonderful view. We're back again for another episode. Today I'm in Guernsey. It's an island in between France and the UK, though we speak English. Is that an Enderman? Enderman in broad daylight. What is he thinking? So, you know what? Fuck it, I'm feeling crazy. Oh shit, where did it go? I don't know where that Enderman went, but today's episode, I'm talking about effectiveness versus efficiency. What the hell do those two things mean? Yeah, it's actually really important. In today's in Minecraft, I want to actually get a horse, and it's going to seem like a piece of piss, they would say. Sworn 3 times in the first 2 minutes, I'm getting demonetized. I'm just kidding. I don't actually know how the algorithm works, to be honest. Is that a baby horse? Nope, I'm blind. For anyone who doesn't know, this is how you get a horse in Minecraft, by the way. You just ride it until it willingly allows you to stay on, which is kind of crazy. This one doesn't have much health. It's also trying to take me to the edge. 2 can play that game, buddy. Yeah, GG. He's never getting out of that hole, by the way, because horses can't build, by the way. This guy's got no health. I'm not using you. So yeah, I can also make a saddle, and that saddle, like, you can make them now. You could never make them for years and years. You had to find them, but you can now make them. So that's kind of good. There we go. We got a horse. We don't have a lead, but I believe, yeah, as I said, I can make a saddle. Let me do that right now. So, which horse is it? That one. So, let me know what we should name the horse. What should we name him? I'm going to probably give him a name. I'm going to name him... what should I name him? I feel like I could name him a lot of things. Alright, how do we make this saddle? I'm losing the plot, boys. Alright. 1 iron ingot. Yeah, I've been playing Schedule 1. It's different controls. I'm tweaking out. Yeah, I'm pressing E on stuff. That's really bad. Alright. Nice, we've got a saddle. This kind of feels illegal for those people who've played Minecraft for a while will know. Shouldn't be able to... There we go. Brilliant. You can stay in my sheep pen, sir. Oh yeah. Let me see if I can dismount off. That's serious tech. Right, I'm gonna get some wheat, and we should probably expand the pen. I'll probably do that next. What should I call the horse? I'm gonna call it. We'll call it Claude. We'll call it Claude. We love Claude. We love Claude. Claude is like an AI engine, and yeah, it does all my work for me. Fun fact: I'm recording BizCraft right now because my Claude has run out. So both my Claudes have run out. I have 2 subscriptions because I hate the planet. So yeah, I want to talk about effectiveness versus efficiency. For anyone who's a young entrepreneur who's getting started, thinking about getting started, or who just wants to do anything and push themselves like seriously in life, effectiveness versus efficiency is the kind of shift that you'll end up taking if you take something that pushes yourself, like a job, or you start your own business. This is a huge mindset shift that really helps you. It's also kind of like time versus mental bandwidth, in case you kind of know what that is, but I'll probably explain it. So I've got some source here. Effectiveness is the compass, efficiency is the speedometer. If you're driving at 100 miles an hour in the wrong direction, your speed doesn't matter. But also, efficiency isn't just, it's not just speed, it's not just time, it's how little resources you're also taking up. So it's not just efficiency of time, it's efficiency of like resources, time, money, etc. A really simple way to put this is, if there's a 100% chance that taking the bus will get you from A to B, and by taking the bus you can work on the bus, but you can also, what am I trying to say here? You can also, and it will get you there on time, but you had to pay. That's better than going on, say, your bicycle down on some sketchy hill where you won't have that consistency, and maybe one day you'll feel injured, so you won't be able to do it, and then you'll have to take the bus, and then you might miss the bus because you don't normally take the bus, so you don't know the timings. So you can basically say that it's like a 95 or a 90% chance that you're going to get there, A to B. You're probably going to want to take the bus, and that's an efficiency thing. It's a resources thing, it's an efficiency thing. Hold on. Okay, just checking my AirPods are working. I was tweaking out there. So it's important. It's important, and it's really interesting. So the lesson. Younger me probably thought that working 12 hours a day is a badge of honor. It's not. Effectiveness is choosing the right task. Efficiency is doing it fast. So it's not about doing 12 hours a day. It's about effectiveness and efficiency. The source. It is infinitely better to do the right thing slowly than the wrong thing quickly. Never optimize a task that shouldn't exist in the first place. Now, this seems really, really simple. It seems really obvious. But seriously, when you do the 12 hours a day, you're going to start to see your mental bandwidth over the day absolutely tank. So, for example, if you're like, oh, I want to be super efficient. This morning, I have the opportunity to do some admin work because I'm on the bus. So I'm on the bus in the morning. I can do some admin work on the bus, but that's about all I can do. That's about all I can do because we're scrapping this. We're scrapping this guy. We're scrapping this guy. I don't care. Talk to me. Holy. Take him out. Take him out, gang. Take him out, gang. Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay. Thank you, sir. Where can we place this grass block? I'm going to make a little grave for that Enderman. May he rest in peace. Forevermore. So where was I? Yeah, so if you're on the bus in the morning, you're on that bus. You chose to take the bus because you can do some work on the bus. You may have been wrong to take the bus. You may have been wrong, you may have been right. You might be right, but take this into consideration, okay? When you take the bus, you only have about really the time to sink in. Say it's like a 30-minute bus journey. That's not really masses of time to sink into your main project. It might be, and that could be quite good, but you might have better returns doing admin work. Okay, consider this. If you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is get on the bus, your big problem, your big issue is going to be that your brain's going to be at its highest, at its best. You're going to be doing your best work first thing in the morning. Yeah, that's how I work. A lot of people say, nah, I'm groggy in the morning. I'm super cooked in the morning. It doesn't really work like that, to be honest. Obviously, different people have different things going on, right? But in my experience, you may think beetroot seeds. Okay, cool. You may think that you are better working at night. If you're a teenager, maybe you are. But I'm like 20, super old, and I am the best in the morning. I'm not the worst at night, but if I run my brain down, If I run my brain down by doing tasks, then I'm going to be worse later on than I am in the morning. My point is, if you have to get up to go to, say, work at 9 a.m. and you want to do your side hustle and you're doing it on the bus, brother, wake up at like 6 a.m., work for 3 hours, not 3 hours, it'll be like 1.5 hours probably, work for 90 minutes, get those 90 minutes in, then that will be a good work session. and then we're talking effectiveness. And then you can get on your bus, do your admin. That's fine. It's a better return for your time then, that bus journey, and the work that you would be doing in the evening is a better return on your time in the day. So at the end of the day. So that would definitely be my tip. When I was younger, and I just came out of school, I had a terrible. So I'm saying this as an example. It's quite a specific example though, but I think it can open your eyes. It could be the inverse to what a lot of people do. So in school, I had a terrible time. I genuinely got cooked by the system. It was such a one-of-one type thing where basically I got cooked, and basically the work I was doing I had to drop a class, even though I was really good at that class. I wasn't super good, to be honest. I was really good. I was one of the best in my class. Then I had to drop it because I had to switch classes, and the class I switched to were ahead. I had to switch. It wasn't my choice. I couldn't do anything about it. Maybe I should have pushed to do more about it. I don't think it would have done anything. Based on the conversations I had. The class I switched to, they were miles ahead of the last class. That's nothing to do with me. That's completely to do with my teacher. My last teacher was behind. I switched to this new class. They were ahead by 2 out of the 6 modules, which is massive. A massive difference. I drowned. They were also learning different content. They'd done it in a different order, so I was cooked. I had to drop the subject. And the reason and so my mental health kind of got cooked. The reason why I'm saying this is because I then came out of school with this like mentality where I was like, nothing I do does anything. Nothing I do makes any difference. Not from a philosophical point of view, from like a tactical point of view. My mental health was so cooked because of this situation that whenever I sat down to do work, I couldn't write a single word. It was English, and I couldn't write a single word, bro. I took my friend. He's really good at English. He does it at university now. He did the same piece of writing in like a day, in like 2 days that it took for me hours and hours and hours, multiple days, multiple weeks, multiple months, because I was that cooked. And that's comparing to someone who's really good at the subject though. So I came out of school being like, nothing I do makes any difference. This is terrible. So the reason why I'm saying this is because then I had the immense drive. Have I started the timer? Of course I didn't start the timer, bro. It's fine. Let me reduce it to like 10 minutes. We'll go from there. Nope. Bang. So I came out of school basically with the drive, is all I'm trying to say. Immense drive. So I had a 9 to 5, and I went to sleep at midnight, woke up at 7:30 every day. I did that for 5 months straight. I have no idea how I did it, to be honest. I need my 9 hours now. I guess I got more exercise in. I get less exercise in now, but it helps with the effectiveness. Having shorter exercise. I just do what I need to do. But yeah, like I hope you see what I'm saying. Did that come across? I hope so. Because yeah, I just basically came out doing all this work, sleeping less, etc. But I didn't have this effectiveness mindset. I had this efficiency mindset. I was like, the more hours I do, the better. And at the time, that was the move. Oh my days, this battle. Gold! Another grass block for the boy. Yeah, so basically effectiveness is different to efficiency. I was able to do the work in the evening. It's basically, I had the drive to make up for it, but I can't do that now. I can't do it now. The stuff I'm doing is harder. I'm not just inhaling content. I'm not running around in circles doing rubbish work because I didn't know what work to do. I'm now actually doing good work. I'm now actually understanding what I need to do, which is why I can make this content and talk and yap to you about the stuff I've learned, because I've learned it. I put the time in, and so it was good to do time at first, but now it's less about how much time. It's more about, am I actually doing the thing? Because the thing is hard. The thing is hard enough that you can ask that question. It's, oh my days. Sorry guys, I'm really sorry that you had to see that. That's really embarrassing. Okay, so pretty good. I feel like I'm gonna fall down there one of these days. I feel like I should go exploring tomorrow. Let's hit a little rest. Exploring that way, and then we've kind of done all the exploring there is to do for now. And then it's time to... Let's start dyeing some sheep. Let's make some sheep dye. Start dyeing some sheep. Look at all this food. Let's start cooking some of this. Bang. Bang. I keep pressing E on everything. This is really bad. Cool. I have 2 boats. I'm going to throw this one off a cliff. Yeah, really good stuff. Really good. It's really good to know, to be honest. Bandwidth, etc. This next part is mainly about mental bandwidth. So we all have the same 24 hours, but we don't all have the same mental bandwidth. The lesson: time is linear, but energy is cyclical, meaning per day, per hour, but more like per work slot, and then we have a break, but also per day too, which is what I was saying before. Peak IQ hours are usually the morning, unless you're like younger, because you wake up and you're super groggy because your body's changing, you're growing, you're whatever. But like, I'm 20, I'm old enough, or at least my body is, I don't know, I'm just not cooked in the morning. I wake up and I'm fine in the morning now, which is great. And that wasn't the case when I was younger. So that's definitely, yeah, that's what I would have said when I was younger. So stop trying to time block your day like a robot. This is a big change. I don't open up my calendar and block out what I do every single minute of the day. The only people who do that are people who are so optimized in their life that they're so busy that they have all of these different, like, they have clear things to do that are high enough leverage that are worth their time, that they go, okay, I'll push through the absolute pain that it is to block out my time in the calendar. Okay, so we're talking like people like the president, people like the prime minister, people like Jeff Bezos. It's very much worth his time, and he doesn't even do it, by the way. He definitely gets an assistant to do it and works with them on that. But it's very much worth his time to do that, right? Because he's making billion-dollar decisions. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not making $1 What? I'm not making $1 decisions with a lot of the stuff I do. Like, you could calculate it. Like, for example, if I block out exercise time, that's worth money. I believe in that. So the source is: stop trying to time block your day like a robot. Identify your peak IQ hours, mainly the morning, and guard them with your life for your hardest tasks. Use your zombie hours, afternoon slump for emails, admin, or gathering wood in Minecraft. What? Fair dues. Or gathering wood in Minecraft. That's what AI put, bro. I didn't put that down, yeah? So, I like that. How much time do we have? Probably like 5 minutes, yeah. Wow. They call me the time god. They don't call me that. Okay. So, yeah, let's do some exploring. I'm going to hop on my horse, take a sip of water. We should definitely, yeah, get some... let me take my shield off. Let's be liberal today. Let's be... What am I saying? Okay. Whoa there. Careful of the ravine. Riding around on a horse in Minecraft is ideal. It's actually like such a good vibe, I can't lie. Lots of holes in the ground around these parts. Okay, we may have come this way. I'm not sure, but I'm going to explore it anyway. Ooh, I know we didn't go past the mountain on the other side. Let's keep going this way though. Let's keep going this way. Lots of holes in the ground. Look at all this wildlife. So, the 80-20 rule. This is a good one. This is good to know. It changes your mindset more than it is practical. Once you see it, you start seeing it everywhere, and it makes a difference. And it is good. It is a good one to learn. Ooh, a little witch's hut, is it? See if we'll find a witch. See if we'll find a witch, gang. So, the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 80%... from 20% of your efforts. Is that a dirty witch? No, it was the cat. It's the black cat. For those who don't know, if you rock up to one of these, you'll find a black cat. But you'll also find a dirty witch. Look at her. So ugly. Look at my techie building. Just built off a lily pad. W black cat. My cat is black. IRL. There's just nothing in here. Brilliant. I'll take your pot, I guess. Kitty! I reckon we go confront the witch. Actually, no. She's chill. She's alright. Yeah, so 80% of your results come from 20% of your activities. Look at your to-do list. If you have 10 items, 2 of them are worth more than the other 8 combined. This is so true. This links into a lot of different subjects in like work. Prioritization. It does come down to prioritization, but like the stats, you really need to know about them. Like the other stuff. So there is like urgent and important, non-urgent but important, non-urgent, urgent not important, non-urgent non-important. So not important, non-urgent stuff is the worst. That's the worst kind of stuff. Urgent and non-important stuff is sorry, what am I saying here? Important, non-important, non-urgent, urgent, non-important, non-important, urgent. Urgent, non-important. What am I saying, bro? Important, urgent. Yes. Okay, so important, urgent. Yeah. Start with the first quadrant. If you imagine like a quadrant, you've got to split into. It's just a square split into quarters, like a window. Imagine a window. In one part of the window. Did I just turn around? Why did I turn around? Because we came into a swamp. That's fine. We'll go the other way. If you imagine one part of the window, I learned this from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, by the way. Good to know. Read that book, it's so good. One quadrant is urgent and important stuff. This is annoying, but you have to do it. This is the kind of thing where your boss tells you, like, I don't actually know where we explored. Oh, we went down the river. That's fine. That's all right. But we went that way, didn't we? We'll go this way. Past the evil guys on the hill. It's like you've been told, oh, I need you to do that. Like, okay, so it's like replying to an email. An email's just come in. You got to reply to it. What is the return of the task? It's exactly the effort you put in. So it's a one-to-one return. You had to write an email. You received an email. You had to write an email, and all that people get is the information or the thing or whatever you had to write that email about in return. And it's kind of annoying. Low Kirk. But you have to do it. It's urgent, so you have to do it, even though it's not really that important. Non-urgent, important stuff. This is the best quadrant. This is the best quadrant where the more time you spend here, obviously the world, sorry guys, you have to see the inside of my head. Obviously the world asks for a bunch of stuff from you. The world wants you to make money. Society wants you to make money. You have rent due, etc., etc. So you have to be useful. What am I doing? All my days, I thought I just died. All right, we'll break this. Okay, what am I doing, bro? This is so annoying. The world is always asking for things from you. Rah! And non-urgent important stuff are the things that you do, like exercise, that give you a return on your time. So give you a compounding effect. So if you're a fitness freak and therefore your heart rate is super low, you're just going to be more energy efficient during the day, and you're going to just have more energy. What is that? Ruin portal maybe. Because you have more energy, you're going to be able to do more work. So that's a perfect example of a better return on your time. The 80-20 rule is kind of a similar thing, where you can do the important stuff that is not necessarily urgent, whatever. And if you only do the 20%, you'll get 80% of the results. With urgent and important stuff, that's not always the way it works, which is not what you want, if that makes sense. So look at your to-do list. If you have 10 items, 2 of them are worth more than the other 8 combined. If you only did those 2 things and went to sleep, you'd be more successful than the guy who did the other 8, but not the 2. Find the 20%, and low-key, ignore the rest. Ignore the rest, we don't want that. We don't need all those. Should I take a fire charge? I guess. Knockback 2 sword, I guess I'll take that. But yeah, that's some serious sauce. That's really good to know. There's a little bit of gold up there. Gold. Might as well mine it. Cool ass mountain, to be honest. But yeah, that's kind of all the sauce for today. The 80-20 rule is really good. I've got a few more that I discussed with ChatGPT, but no, it's not ChatGPT, it's Gemini. Who uses ChatGPT, let's be real. But I think those are the best. The goat! There's a little village down there. Let's go sleep there for the night and wake up tomorrow confused. Where am I? Look at this lovely plains biome. Minecraft is beautiful, isn't it? Maybe I should get some shaders, guys. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, that's probably it. That's probably it, everyone. This has probably gone on for far too long, like all the episodes do. I don't know how I somehow manage that every single time. I don't know. Get in there, son. Disobedient, are we? No worries. Cool. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that iron golems killed Endermen. Like they were really like that, you know what I mean? Putting bundles in bundles, it's taking the mick at this point. A book is always good. W enchanting. Good night, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions for business or anything, just let me know in the comments. I'd love to answer them. And yeah, hope you took something away from this episode. I didn't, as always, like, it's just a bit rambly, but I think it's really important stuff. And I'm just going to keep going through important topics. And if you have any questions or want to know more, or say, do another episode on that topic, please just let me know. I'll do it. All right. See you soon.